Today, we're taking a look under the hood of modern internet culture. We're going to dive right in by dissecting the digital metadata of a mega-viral phenomenon. We aren't just looking at a piece of entertainment today, we're analyzing the very specific digital footprint left behind by one of the biggest creators on the planet. The goal? To understand exactly how the modern attention economy functions and what it really says about our collective viewing habits. Let's get into it.
69,691,109. That staggering number represents the exact views accumulated in just 9 days by MrBeast's 7 Days Stranded in the Arctic upload, as captured by the platform's metadata on May 30, 2026. I mean, really think about the sheer scale of that for a second. Nearly 70 million human beings clicking, watching, and engaging within roughly a single week. It's not just a statistic. It's a massive, coordinated movement of human attention, all directed at a single destination. But how does a creator achieve this kind of relentless gravitational pull?
To figure that out, consider the exact pitch used to draw in that massive audience. The description simply reads, "Can the boys and I survive the Arctic for 7 days?" Notice how incredibly casual that is. Such an extreme, physically demanding, and frankly freezing premise is pitched almost like an afterthought. It's all lowercase, the tone is super conversational, it almost sounds like friends planning a weekend road trip. Yet this low-key invitation is being broadcast to a staggering audience of exactly 498 million subscribers. It is an absolute masterclass in making the terrifyingly impossible feel intimately accessible to the everyday viewer.
But there's a wild contrast layered right underneath that casual pitch. Think about the core reality of the content, surviving the brutal, harsh, life-threatening conditions of the Arctic. And right next to it, literally in the same breath, a prompt to go find Jack Link's beef sticks at your local Walmart, complete with a tiny URL, followed immediately by links to a custom merchandise store. It brilliantly illustrates the duality of the modern creator empire. You have grueling physical hardship seamlessly paired with highly corporate monetization and merchandise integrations. It's the ultimate test of wilderness survival, brought to you by massive retail logistics.
Section 2. The Extreme Survival Economy. A massive hit like this doesn't exist in a vacuum, so let's zoom out and investigate the wider ecosystem the algorithm actively recommends. Because as we know, where the algorithm points, the money and the views inevitably follow. Looking at the recommended sidebar captured alongside the main upload, we see a fascinating, interconnected biome. On one end, we have MrBeast and Mark Rober doing 7 days in an abandoned city, pulling in a monumental 353 million views. Then, Beta Squad asking how long can we secretly live in a grocery store, capturing 9.5 million views. And Daratad taking on a 3-day survival on Snake Island with 26 million views. What we're seeing is an entire ecosystem where survival, ranging from intense solitary confinement to literally hiding behind shelves in a supermarket, is the dominant and highly lucrative species of content. They're all feeding into the exact same viewer psychology.
And this ecosystem builds into an escalating timeline of attention. Check out the durations the algorithm is surfacing to keep viewers hooked. We start with 3 days on Snake Island, then it escalates to 4 days alone in Alaska, then 7 days in the Arctic. Finally, breaking the real-world barrier entirely, 100 days in realistic Minecraft. You can see the pattern, right? The duration constantly pushes boundaries. To capture and hold your viewership in this economy, creators have to constantly up the ante. The timeline demands more extremity, more time, and way more perceived risk.
And honestly, nobody understands this escalation better than the creator of our main Arctic challenge. We've got 353 million views for the abandoned city, 292 million for 7 days in solitary confinement, and 134 million for being trapped on an island until a boat is built. The crucial point here is that this Arctic challenge isn't a single lucky viral hit. It's a highly optimized, proven formula generating hundreds of millions of views across multiple extreme iterations by the exact same creator. It's basically an industrial-scale content strategy. But is MrBeast the only one capitalizing on this genre? Not at all. The algorithm aggressively recommends 4 days alone in Alaska, bushcraft camping and foraging food by the channel Outdoor Boys. Now, this specific video is 2 years old, yet it sits right in the recommendation feed with a massive 68 million views. It just goes to show that other channels are absolutely thriving in the exact same extreme survival slipstream. If you can tap into that primal audience desire to watch humans overcome harsh environments, the algorithm will reward you and keep surfacing your content for years.
Which brings us to the most mind-bending part of our analysis today. Section 3. The algorithm's ripple effect. Because beyond curated sidebars, the true scale of a mega viral hit is measured by how the digital community takes the raw material, chops it up, remixes it, and entirely reinterprets it. 111. At the exact moment this page was captured, there were exactly 111 YouTube Shorts actively remixing this single 7-day Arctic survival challenge. Think about what that means. 111 different micro-creators watched this video, clipped a piece of it, and spun it off into their own entirely separate content ecosystem. It is a massive, spontaneous web of decentralized distribution.
And what exactly are they making with these clips? Well, the results are wonderfully chaotic. Audience engagement completely fragments into wildly different directions. You've got a Virat Kohli cricket meme pulling in 34,000 views, a Polish fan translation titled Gen 15. You have edits blending the freezing Arctic survival with Minecraft hardcore gameplay. There are even shorts using the video's backdrop just to complain about Facebook monetization issues. And of course, simple edits that just say, "Hello friend," with a couple of emojis. The source material is completely stripped of its original context and used as a blank canvas for seemingly unrelated sports memes, gaming overlaps, and international fan dubs.
We call this phenomenon the remix ripple. It's where a single piece of core content, like our 7-day Arctic challenge, acts as a foundational template. It ends up spawning highly decentralized, community-generated micro-entertainment across completely unrelated niches. This proves that the core content's lifespan extends way beyond its initial upload date. It morphs, it adapts, and it shapeshifts to fit every obscure corner of the internet, practically guaranteeing that even if you never watch the main video, you're going to encounter its echoes somewhere on your feed.
We've seen the escalation today, right? From 3 days to 7 days, from hiding in grocery stores to solitary confinement to the freezing, brutal Arctic. When surviving 7 days in the Arctic, a genuine feat of extreme human endurance becomes just another normal upload surrounded by beef stick sponsorships and cricket memes, what extreme challenge comes next to capture our attention? As we look at the sheer scale of the 2026 extreme survival attention economy, we really have to ask ourselves, where does the ceiling for human entertainment